am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself anymore. I guess I'm just not interesting. I have no personality. I met a guy with cancer, and he felt sorry for me. I've never been a social guy. I'm always making children cry. I guess that's just the way it's meant to be. Help me make it out of bed, 'cause I am scared and sad. Help me make it through the day, 'cause there's nothing out there for me anymore. 'Cause I'm always coming in last place and getting dirt kicked in my face, and everyone pushes ahead of me and no one stops to care. And I curse the gods each day in vain for giving me this life of pain, when all I really need's a little hug. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself. God help me, God help me, please don't hurt me, don't desert me, God save me, don't forsake me, oh God. God save me from the life you gave me. Please God heal me from the hands you deal me. God mend me from the pain you send me. Oh God. God help me, God help me, please redeem me, don't redeem me, please God spare me, all the things that scare me, oh God. Oh God, don't you see all this pain, all this misery, all this suffering, all this sorrow, all this paperwork, deadlines, bills, congestion, heartache, customer service. God help me, God help me, please don't hurt me. She was my true love, now she's dead.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Check. Help. 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 Testing 1, 2. Computer, volume 10. Sorry, I'm just putting on the coffee. I forgot to do it before the stream. It grinds up the beans. Test. Okay, you can hear me now? Sorry about that. Yes, Dark Ages says that grind is loud, which means it's good. Yes, I am currently grinding up this coffee that was gifted to us. This one came from the Twin Cities. I believe this was Duza. Oh, no. Was this Beanie Bobini? Please let me know, because my memory is not always great. But we received a lot of gifts for Christmas, and this coffee is not the least of them. There was a lot of coffee. I think Duza sent us the one from the Northwest, and I think this was Beanie Bobini. But I never want to thank the wrong person for a gift. It's Kate X is asking if the intern is in chat to confirm. We'll see. But either way, it's fucking delicious, this stuff. This is incredible. From the beautiful Twin Cities. I love Minneapolis. I love everything about it. And I have many fond memories of going there and staying in the Warehouse District, watching great music, performing at the comedy club there. And my thoughts go out to all the folks in Minneapolis right now. Great people. JSBX fan says, are you broadcasting from heaven, Henry? Excellent question. Thank you, JSBX fan. Desolate Reality says, rest in beef. Yes. For those of you who don't know, I did announce it on the Discord. I haven't really announced it in other platforms. Oh, JSBX fan didn't know. Yes. Roast beef. The great, great roast beef. The sidekick that I was so lucky to be able to have for so many years has passed. It's a very difficult thing to lose a pet, and in my case, a roommate and a companion, and all around pretty funny, great guy. We're going to be doing a lot of tributes to roast beef today. We're going to be showing some old videos and singing some songs. When I was growing up, we went through the process of being told that a pet was beyond curing for some kind of illness, and I think usually my mom would take them into to be put to sleep, and it's a very, very difficult thing. I'll just let you know a little bit. The roast beef was 21 years old, at least. He was a rescue, so it's not exactly sure, but at least 21 years old, which is very long for a cat. He was on several medications, and it got to be sort of like plugging up various holes in the boat. You know, he was on steroids to try to keep this some kind of upper respiratory blockage that he had that was causing him to sort of feel like he was having trouble breathing the whole time, especially when he was doing things that he loved, like eating. And so the steroids were supposedly going to keep that down, and then there was also a situation with arthritis that was causing pain, so he was on a shot for that. And then he also had high blood pressure, so he was taking a med for that. And I'd say that the last 6 months of his was pretty much borrowed time, and there was we were able to enjoy some nice times together during that time. So I'm thankful for the medical science that kept roast beef with us a couple more months. And but yeah, there was a moment when he was on his way from the couch to the to drink water, which he loved to do, as you guys know, and he wasn't able to do it, and that's when it was time. So there's no easy way out of this world. It always ends horrifically, and we just need to know that, and that's why we need to really enjoy the life that we have here while we're here. Because whatever it is now, it's gonna be worse later. So you're gonna be looking back at this as the good times, at least in my experience. So enjoy it. You know? Eclipse Producer says, wow, Henry, you're in the air with your kitchen countertop. You must have booked a first class seat. No, for anybody who's confused, this is actually green screen technology. This picture was sent to us on the Discord by Nella, who is presumably traveling at the moment. And it's a beautiful picture. I love this picture. And you know what? There is a little bit of a heavenly kind of implication with this picture. And maybe that's fitting for roast beef. We all know that all dogs and cats go to heaven. Some cats don't, but this one definitely did. That was a joke. The Balderdash lad says, it's great you gave so many people the opportunity to get to know roast beef. Yeah, I'm really happy. He was... I can't help but think that when I would set the camera and put it on roast beef, he was like, okay, here we go. I'm going to get into my deadpan mode, and it's going to make people laugh, and I'm okay with that. And he really did. Boy, he really had that camera-friendly look about him, and I think, yeah, he had star quality. That's what Hammy X Hams says. And a lot of animals do. If we could try to be more like the animals, we might have that same star quality too. I think it's not trying. Be on camera like nobody's watching. That's probably the best advice any actor could ever get. JSBX fan says, I think the conspiracy theories are still going to be there. Yeah, a lot of people are going to say that he never did die. They did it with Elvis too. Why wouldn't they do it with roast beef? Roast beef was, during his time, he was an overweight cat. Elvis was an overweight person, or an overweight cat, if you use that kind of beatnik language that they used back then. Is that beatnik? Or is that more 60s hippie? Parasitosis says, roast beef was Elvis? Yeah, see, already the conspiracy theories are starting. Jazz says, RP poo-poo. It's Kate X says, hopefully he's in South America sharing a water fountain with Elvis. Boy, wouldn't that be about the most adorable thing you could possibly imagine? And we can imagine it. Jack Dostal says, glad roast beef will finally get to meet Art Johnston. Is that a jazz cat? Gumme Cande just gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Awesome. Thank you, Gumme Cande. That's very kind of you. And I'm really bad with the names here. We've got a lot of alerts. I do want to thank, and maybe we can go back, but if you are there, please show yourself. But someone gifted $50 in cash toward roast beef's medication, and that did pay for 2 months of the steroid pills, which was kind of cute. You'd have to put it in his little churry thing and put it over that, and that's the only way he would take it. But so we have a little bit of that left over, unfortunately, but I want to thank whoever that was that gifted that. And it's incredible, the people in this community, how generous you are and how open you are to being, witnessing somebody who's very emotional about, emotionally affected by their pet. Okay. We've got a lot of gift subs coming down the pike, and I want to thank everybody. But now the last thing that I want to do, though, is parlay the death of roast beef, the great roast beef my former sidekick here on Henry's Kitchen, into somehow some kind of monetary gain. So the only thing I'm going to say to that effect is if you want to grieve with me, you can do so on February 22nd in St. Louis, Missouri, in the beautiful Central West End at a nightclub called Blue Strawberry. February 22nd. Tickets are available at henryphillips.com, and we'll all get together and we'll grieve about roast beef, and I'll do my act also, and we can have a beer afterward. Let's take a look at some of these alerts here. We've got a lot of them coming down the pike. Hammy X Hams, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for gifting a tier 1 sub. Very nice of you. Papa Peanut resubscribed. Thanks, Papa Peanut. Or subscribed. It's Kate X, our very own It's Kate X, gifted 5 tier 1 subs. That's absolutely incredible of you. Thank you for that. Royal Flush 9 gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you, Royal Flush 9. Good to see you on here. And thanks for the private message that you gave about roast beef in Patreon. I haven't responded yet, but I saw it. Thank you. Krogana 707 subscribed for 9 months. Thanks for that. Gumme Cande gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Alexander Dean gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Very nice of you. Thank you. Miel de Prairie. Sounds French. Nice cereal box, Henry. Yeah. Thanks for subscribing. We're going to get into what this is and why we're doing this very soon. M. Cariotti says, Happy New Year, Henry and roast beef. Sorry I haven't been here in a while, but it's going to be back. Oh, I'm sorry, it's good to be back. I have a question about one of your recent recipes. When making German bee-rock, is it okay to substitute cat food with Skippy's food? Ooh, that's interesting. Computer, is cat food good for human consumption?
From walkwithcat.com, according to the American Veterinary Medical Association, AVMA, cat food is not intended for human consumption and should be avoided.
Okay, so if I did use cat food in my bee-rock, that was absolutely an accident. What's Skippy's food? Is that Skippy peanut butter? Yeah, that would probably be safer because that's for human consumption. Garita thank you very much for subscribing. Burt Buftug. And all these people I met in Chicago too. And don't forget, we have a Chicago show too. March 1st, Zany's Comedy Club in the Rosemont area of Chicago, which I believe is near the airport. That's going to be a fun one as well. Burt Buftug says, I recently walked by a funeral and decided to go in and ask the widow if I could say a word. When I got up to the podium, I said, bargain. As I walked out, the widow came up and said, thank you. That meant a great deal. Wow. Thank you, Burt Buftug. That's a wonderful joke. And we always appreciate a little bit of levity here at Henry's Kitchen because we live in an otherwise very, very dark and sobering world. So the little attempt at levity, even if it's not the funniest thing in the world, it's still a glimmer of hope. I think it was from Willy Wonka where he says, so shines a good deed in a weary world. And that's the way I feel about that wonderful joke about the great deal and the bargain. Thanks, Burt Buftug. Calicus, our friend from the land of the midnight sun, has subscribed for 37 months. Thank you so much, Calicus. And Thichenhat / Ticknot or Phaedrus has subscribed for 42 months. 42, the answer to life, the universe, and Henrying. Absolutely. Phaedrus, a.k.a. Thichenhat, a.k.a. Ticknot, and I have read a lot of the same books, so I'm thinking we're probably both Gen Xers. That's my guess. We have a lot of these gift subs. Wow, thank you so much, everybody. I mentioned Royal Flush 9. Boner of a Lonely Fart gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Absolutely incredible. Lacey T, one of our resident photographers whom I've hung out with a lot, has gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Dendro Leone, very generous of you. 5 Tier 1 subs. Thank you so much for that. Mimsy Kuhn, who's one of our new Tier 3 subscribers, has just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Absolutely incredible. That's very nice of you. And there's a message here. Henry deserves the world, in my opinion. He's just really sweet. Oh, that's very, very nice of you. Very kind of you, and thanks for subscribing, Mimsy. An anonymous gifter. Ooh, that's interesting. Anonymous. Does that mean it's a member of the group Anonymous has gifted 5 Tier 1 subs? Wow, we're really getting it from everybody. Emma94 says, I want to watch your live on Wednesday, but I have school. Don't skip school for the stream. You can always watch it on the VOD later, or the DVD, or whatever it's called. Brent Bamboo says, hey, Lisi, thanks for that. Yeah. Welcome, Brent Bamboo. Roach Swallower says, good afternoon, users. Is Poppin' Love roast beef forever? Absolutely. We're going to be popping love for roast beef all the time. I am X Angelina says, hey, Henry, I heard that roast beef passed. I'm so sorry. He will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, roast beef. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, I am X Angelina. That's very kind of you. Philomer says, doesn't this stream count as homeschool education? It does. I don't know if it's accredited, though. That's the problem. We have to get Henry's Kitchen affiliated with some kind of school. It could even be some shitty, weird, shady school that we find in, some rural area of Nevada or something like that. But if we can get some kind of accreditation, that might give younger people the ability to skip school to watch Henry's Kitchen. But then again, there is a DVD that you can watch it on after the fact on the Twitch homepage. Okay. Yeah, Max David, son 27, roast beef has passed. And again, I'm very sorry to announce that. I did announce it on the Discord, but I should have realized that a lot of people that watch Twitch don't necessarily look at the Discord, so yeah, we've been going through it. It's very difficult. We have a video here. I think we're going to show the video. It was a video edited by It's Kate X, and we're going to also watch Best of Roast Beef, which I did for the Patreon. We'll put that on a little bit, but maybe we'll start by doing a little song here. This song nobody requested. It's the cheesiest way that I could possibly think of to give a tribute to roast beef, and I think it's the perfect way to do it. It's a song called Good Riddance. Let's put on the reverb. Good Riddance is a pretty sad name for a song, but why don't we watch a little bit of the video and I'll do the song in the background. How do we do this? Sure. Which I thought was very good. It's a great Halloween thing, but you can watch it after Halloween too. What the hell? Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Still got it. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the most of every test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind. Hang it on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth it all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you have the time of your life. I think somebody wants to get in the was already guitar going on that one. That was an impromptu, one of the many tributes we're going to do for roast beef today. Great song. That song's a real tearjerker from Green Day. JSBX fan says no box flaps. No, we're going to do that. We're going to show the box flap moment that happened. I'm going to pour some coffee here. But we do have some song requests, and I think one part of grieving is to try to not be grieving all the time. So I still want to do our regular show today so that we can, that's part of the process of moving forward. Zeritos64 says, that is my absolute favorite thing that roast beef would do, those dang box flaps. Oh, it's incredible. And we're going to watch that in just a little bit. This is what we're going to be making today if anybody's interested. Nope. Son of a bitch. Hold on a second here. We can do this. Here it is. We are making sushi, but we're making a very interesting kind of sushi. Duza, I believe, is also the one who gave us the marshmallow fluff, which we're going to be using for this recipe today. We're going to be making breakfast cereal sushi, and we're going to be using this weird cereal that I got called the Elf on the Shelf cereal because it's a Christmas time cereal, and the last thing you want to do is eat Christmas cereal when it's not Christmas. Rich42 says, I feel my pancreas exploding already. Yep, get ready. This one's going to be delicious. Fondue yourself. Oh my God, sushi you can actually eat. Yeah, you can really eat a lot of this. Boy, this coffee looks delicious. I'm going to assume that's coming from Beanie Bobini, I believe, is the one who dwells in Minneapolis. And thank you so much for this delicious coffee that you got me for Christmas. And shout out to our intern, Beanie. Hope he's doing all right. Boner of a Lonely Fart says, I only have Count Chocula. Yeah, Bud Smasher Masher says, Elf on a Shelf sushi. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Okay. Thanks again, Nella, for sharing this awesome picture from your travels, but we have a lot of pictures to go through here. So let's start going. First, I want to show a couple of pictures, fan art. Zeritos gave a really cool drawing of roast beef as a tribute. That's a very beautiful sketch. Thanks, Zeritos. And we have another one also. This one comes to us from Shocky14, or is it 144? Another killer sketch. Wow, these are so good. I'm the worst drawer in the world. I'm sure you've probably seen. I can show a video that we made a while back where I think I did a little bit of drawing. See if I can find it. Oh, it's in, I think it was our pet hair cards.
Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the western side. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody's drinking turpentine. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run for the woods. Someone's shitting on a shingle and it isn't very good. Don't look now, shit on a shingle, everybody run.
Yeah, that's right. I had a crush on my neighbor and I was going to give her that card with the real pet hair on it. It was something that I saw on the internet, and she was terrified, to be honest with you. JSBX fan, should we all do a beef post poop battle cry to honor him? Yeah, Remember, roast beef used to poop and then do his battle cry. And if you could be lucky enough to see him come out of the bathroom and do that, that was an exciting time. And I think I knew once he started finishing up in the bathroom and not doing the battle cry, that was a sign that things were winding down with our beef. Okay, let's see what other pictures we got. We have here, just for no reason at all, what appears to be a bespectacled British lad. Respectable, bespectacled British lad. Intellectual. And thanks for sending this. This was given to us by John. Oh, no. It was given to us. Yeah. Did I get the name right? It's just John. Or did it say Chance? And I'm just remembering that. I think that was Chance. Zone Seek says, looks Liverpoolian. Yeah. Looks like he might have been a mop top from Liverpool. It was Chance. Okay, thank you, Chance. I don't know why I didn't write that down. And then a response, Ryan Ever Since showed us this picture, which is definitely intriguing. I'm leaving the band now. I'm leaving the band now. I don't really know what the context of these pictures is, but very odd. Sociopathogen says a pool of liver sounds disgusting. Yeah, I don't know where they came up. Where did they come up with that? Can we ask It's Kate, our resident UK resident, where did they come up with such a term as Liverpool? Somebody's liver was lying in a pool of blood? That's the only thing I can think of. I'm glad the Beatles came in and changed the imagery of that. Bradford Bartos, Harry Chapin too obvious or corny? No, Harry Chapin's great. We've actually done his stuff before. I will do that. I'll put it in the notes. I don't have it ready for today, but we could do Cats and Cradle. He has a song called Taxi or Taxi Driver, I think. I knew a little bit of his stuff. Sometimes I get him mixed up with Jim Croce, that we've done a lot on here. It's Kate X says it does mean muddy pool. Okay, interesting. Thank you for that. Oh yeah, the Cats in the Cradle. That's right. What a beautiful song that is too. It's about not spending time with your well, it's mostly about a father and son relationship. Sparkling water tastes bad. Can't they just clean it and avoid the whole confusion with the name? Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't know why they can't just do that. Gay Gad Boys. Oh, sorry. My mistake. Nobody read anything into that. It was a slip up. Guy Gadboy 88 says Harry Chapin was my first concert as a kid. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and do that song right now. Cats in the Cradle. It's a beautiful song requested to us right now by Bradford. It's not necessarily a song that you would think of as being humorous in any way, but then that's sort of the situation that we're in right now. We're not 100% humorous because we're grieving the loss of a cat, and that's why it makes this even more appropriate. JSBX fan says Beef had so many cradles in that house. Yeah, he had a lot of places that he used to like to hang. All right. A child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way. So it wasn't a C-section, it was out of the vagina or whatever. I don't know why that's important, but there were planes to catch, bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he's talking for I knew it, and he's grew up and he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dan. You know I'm gonna be like you. So you get the idea that the dad wasn't really around to watch. I mean, that's pretty busy. You're pretty busy if the child comes into the world, but there's planes to catch. So you're literally not there for the birth of your child. Maybe he was a financial consultant for a major company. Angry Penguin says we should do an Elvis song to honor the late roast beef, who obviously the real Elvis is the real Elvis in hiding. Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad idea. See, the conspiracy theories are starting. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then. My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad. Come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today. I got a lot to do. And he said, that's okay. And he walked away, but his smile never dimmed. He said, I'm gonna be like him. Yeah, you know I'm gonna be like him. Capacious T says, I can't sing this song without crying, so I make sure to sing it at karaoke. Nothing like seeing somebody. I can't sing anything karaoke without crying because I'm doing karaoke. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then. Kid's getting older now. Well, he come home from college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and said, with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow your car keys. Wow, what a dick. See you later, can I have them, please? Now, can you give me the fucking keys? And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we're gonna get together then. Dad, just give me the fucking keys for the car first. I've long since retired. Remember, if you're singing a song and you don't know how the bridge goes, just talk the words. Dr. Who HQ says, why does he want his khakis? No, car keys. Maybe I said it with a Boston accent. I've long since retired. My son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. I said, I'd like to see you, if you don't mind. He said, I'd love to, Dad, if I can find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids have the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's sure nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. He was a dick. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we're gonna get together then. Dad, you know we'll have a good time then. Is Beanie Bobini here? We have a Beanie Bobini reference. Does that mean that he's with us? Holy Night Golden. I usually cry when someone else sings karaoke. Yeah. Oh, Beanie Bobini says, sorry I'm late, boss. Rest in power, roast beef, and lots of love to you. Hey, Beanie Bobini, all we wanted to do is say, I'm pretty sure you're the one who gave us this awesome coffee from Minneapolis, and it is damn good. Thank you for the Peace Coffee. And hope you're doing well. Bert Bufftug says, I've literally never paid attention to the lyrics of this song before. Yeah. You know what? Wait, is Beanie Bobini still there? Because there's another thing I want to point out here. Hold on a second. This is the current roast beef cam. This is the roast beef cam. I'm leaving it up. But there was a, wait, I got to go to a different image here. There was another gift from, I'll put Neat's cool background picture here. It's Kate X says, I think notifications are muted. Is that true? I'll see if that changes it, but I'm not sure. Okay, sorry, I've got Shirley's Newt. Thank you very much for your 6-month subscription. Beanie Bo Beanie gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you, Beanie Bo Beanie. Thanks for your great internship. And your Scylla has subscribed for 41 months and says, sending you so much love. Thank you so much for sharing the sweet BB roast beef with us. Yeah. You're the best dad he ever could have had. He lives in our hearts forever and ever. Thank you, Ursula. It is heartbreaking. It's very difficult. We really had a special thing together, and I think I liked him more than most people. Coupine, that's very nice of you. Thanks, Ursula. Coupine 2003 says, love you, Henry, and long live roast beef. Yes. Thank you very much for that. And Beanie Bo Beanie, you gave us this incredible artwork, and I had it over the sink for a little bit, but I took it down. I just want to ask, I don't think this was part of the artwork, but if you look really closely, maybe it was some water that hit his eye, but it looks like there's a tear coming down of roast beef's eye. And I hope that, I mean, it is a very sad occasion, but I think that roast beef in his last final moments felt a lot of peace. It's the way they do it. I wish they did that with human beings. He was finally able to breathe. He had an obstruction in his upper respiratory, which could not have been comfortable. And a lot of people saying we should call the Pope about the miracle that we just showed from Beanie Bo Beanie's artwork there. Pancake King says it wept. It's a miracle. This is us weeping. Roast beef weeps for all of us. Hopefully, I do not start seeing roast beef in my toast like I do Jesus. That's what Parasitosis says. Yeah, you don't want to see anything in your toast other than toast. Doctor Who HQ says, where is he in that photo? Oh, no, the whole thing is him. But sparkling water tastes bad says, maybe some butter. Okay. JSBX fan, he passed on Thursday. Yeah. He was pretty much just sleeping all the time. I don't know if we covered this since you asked that question, but he was trying to make it to get his water, and he had to lie down right there because it was too much for him, and that's when it was pretty clear that it was time. Pancake King says roast beef screamed for our turds. Yes, he screamed for all of our turds. Holy Crap Awesome says, when my cat died, I saw him in my dreams, but not in my toast. Never my toast. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to see him in your toast. Shanda says, so sorry about roast beef. Now he's truly ghost beef. Yeah, he is. Not just the fun kind. But he is Ghost Boof. You're right, Ursula. Thanks again to Parky Barky for making that typo, Roast Boof, that actually took its own name as a real name. Thanks again, Shirley's Newt and Beanie Bo Beanie and all these people who are giving subscriptions. Okay. What were we? I was going to say... Oh, yeah. So let's go on to another song, another picture. But thanks again, Beanie Bo Beanie, for that incredible coffee. It's so good. Capacious Tea gives us a nice little bit of levity here. This is great. I don't enjoy this at all anymore, says this guy. And it says, there's a something blocking I don't know what's blocking. What is that? But anyway, it says how to tell when you're a real professional. That's true, and I can definitely say this with cooking. Do I enjoy cooking after all these years? Do I still get that magical feeling when I'm about to put a bunch of spices on a pork chop or whatever the fuck it is? Of course I don't enjoy it. It's literally just a job at this point. It's something I have to do. But if I don't do it, as John said in the Bible, where would thou hast me go? Or something along those lines. Melanie says the real roast beef was replaced years ago like Paul McCartney. Yeah, more conspiracy theories coming down the pike. There's no way to disprove a conspiracy theory. The only thing you can do is say that it's unlikely. Beanie Bone Beanie, so you live in the Northeast Arts District. See, my Minneapolis geography is not great. Is that near the Getty? Is it the Getty? I don't know. There was a museum that I went to back then. It's northeast. It's in the Northeast. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Doctor Who HQ says, no, the Gettysburg Address was in 1795. No, I know that the Gettysburg Address. I'm getting, whose address? Kahuna Tuna says, hope you're doing well. Love the stream. And wow, thanks, Kahuna Tuna. Thanks for subscribing for 9 months. That's very kind of you. We're just kind of going a little nutty here. I'm just very confused about so much. So Beanie Bo Beanie, I used to stay in the Warehouse District down there. I don't know if that's the Southwest, but beautiful area. I used to walk to that beautiful mall, or the mall, and then I'd walk to that bridge that goes to Nicollet Island or whatever. I liked all of it. It was great. The Jim Dodger says the addresses usually stay the same regardless of the year. That's true. Okay, thanks Capacious T for this funny cartoon, and it's true. That's what's great about a lot of cartoons, is they actually are true. Okay, we've got some real beautiful background pictures here that I think we're going to have to start using. Boner of a Lonely Fart gives us this, I believe from Twin Peaks. Parasitosis says, I used to live in a warehouse, Henry. I was lucky to own a whole district of them. Wow, that's great. I think a lot of warehouses were repurposed for regular housing somewhere in the 90s, and it was sold to hipsters as being kind of cool to live in like a funky warehouse situation where the plumbing was kind of out of whack. It was kind of hip. JSBX fan says, I'm going to shove my face into the armchair in honor of roast beef. Yeah, that was one of his favorite moves. Tabs LLYY, Tab Sly, thank you very much for subscribing. Okay, this is a cool background pic. Let's go ahead, let's see what songs we have, and then we're going to have to, I know what we'll do. Here, Maui Girl sends us this beautiful background pic, presumably from Hawaii. Eclipse Producer says, Henry, are you an Agent Cooper now? Who's Agent Cooper? Computer. Oh, is that that's one of those...
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
You don't need to do anything. That's a Twin Peaks reference. Was that Kyle MacLachlan's part? It's been so many years since I saw that. That's Kale's character. Yeah. Sociopathogen says, that must be damn fine cup of coffee. Oh man, it's so good. And we got a beautiful background here. If you're just joining us, we are mourning the passing of the wonderful, wonderful former sidekick of the show, Roast Beef. But he lived a wonderful life, and we're trying to find beauty, and Maui Girl definitely sent it here. This is a great, great picture. And Maui Girl also requested a song from one of my favorite bands, Big Star. So we're going to go ahead and do that. This is a song called The Ballad of El Goodo. The great Alex Chilton, who left us way too soon. He was in South by Southwest. He was in Austin, Texas, and he was supposed to do a show the next night, and it was going to be an incredible show. It was the guy from Big Star, and also was it the Box Tops or something like that? Or there was some other band that he played before that. But computer, what bands was Alex Chilton in?
Alex Chilton was a member of Big Star, Todd Falco's Panther Burns, and the Box Tops.
Box Tops, yeah. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do this song as a tribute to the late and great Alex Chilton. Apparently he was out with friends for dinner, and he had to excuse himself early because he said he wasn't feeling well. And then he went back to his hotel and very sadly passed away in the middle of the night. Which is the reason, if anybody knows me, that I will never leave a dinner saying I'm not feeling well, because that means you are sure to be taken by the Grim Reaper. So just finish that dinner and don't go home. Parasitosis says, was Beef the Ed McMahon of the Henry's Kitchen live show, or a different late night sidekick be more appropriate? Yeah, I'd say he was sort of the Ed McMahon. Yeah, maybe. Okay, we've got another alert here. Melanie just resubscribed for 3 months. Thank you very much, Mila. Okay. JSBX fan says, I thought it was after Hurricane Katrina cleanup and was complaining of chest pain. That's what his wife said at the time. Oh, you know what? You could be right. I don't know. I mean, has it been, what, 15 years? Whoa, the Chicken Wing just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, the Chicken Wing. Or no, Thicken Wing. Thicken Wing. Computer, when was Hurricane Katrina?
Hurricane Katrina started on August 23, 2005, and it ended on August 31, 2005.
Computer, when did Alex Chilton die?
Alex Chilton died on March 17, 2010 at the age of 59 years.
Yeah, so there's 5 years difference between those. So there must have been some kind of miscommunication there. I was pretty sure he was in Austin, Texas. Holy Crap Awesome says, complaining of chest pain is also really dangerous. Yes, be careful. A lot of people who have complained of chest pain were very severely punished by being given a heart attack right after that moment. JSBX fan, something to do with cleanup. Yeah, apparently he was a little bit of environmentalist as well. JSBX fan says battle cries during chest pain might help. Yeah, you have to scare off the Grim Reaper. Doctor Who HQ says more people die of complaining about chest pain than chest pain. I didn't know that. A lot of these statistics, you got to look at who's funding them. Big chest pain. Shirley's Newt says maybe Clint Chilton and roast beef are hanging out. Oh boy, that would be really, really beautiful. Beanie Bo Beanie, thank you so much for gifting a Tier 1 sub, and thanks again, Thicken Wing. All right, let's do a song by the great and late Alex Chilton of Big Star, The Ballad of El Goodo. If you want to do yourself a favor, get the first 2 Big Star albums and just get in a Camaro if you can find it, or a Mustang will do, and just get into a high school parking lot and start offering the kids to get high with you and just crank up some Big Star, and you'll really have an adventure. Okay, more alerts coming down the pike here. Sorry, everybody. Wow, Melanie LA gifted Angry Penguin 922 a Tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for that. Melanie Mila, I think is how you say it. Okay, here we go. The Ballad of El Goodo. Wonder what the best key would be for this. I've been trying hard against unbelievable odds. Get so hard in times like now to hold on, but guns they wait to be stuck by at my side is God. There ain't no one coming to turn me around. Ain't no one going to turn me around. There's people around who tell you that they know places where they send you, and it's easy to go. They'll zip you up and dress you down and stand you in a row. But you know you don't have to, you can just say no. And there ain't no one going to turn me around. No, there ain't no one coming to turn me around. There ain't no one coming to turn me around. Ain't no one going to turn me around. And this is the bridge, and I don't know how the bridge goes, so I'm going to do that thing where you just talk the lyrics, and that's okay. I've been built up and trusted, broke down and busted. Wait, let's see if I gotta be able to stop. But they'll get theirs and we'll get ours if we can. Just hold on. Hold on. Just hold on. Hold on. Years ago my heart was set to live, oh, and I've been trying hard against strong odds. Get so hard in times like now to hold on. Well, I'll fall if I don't fight, and at my side is God. And there ain't no one going to turn me around. There ain't no one going to turn me around. There ain't no one going to turn me around. No, there ain't no one going to turn me around. Hold on. Hold on. JSBX fan Alex Chilton partook in Yola Tengo's Hanukkah shows before he passed. You can find footage on YouTube. Absolutely worth a watch. That's what I watched when I heard the news. Oh, please check that out. Anything by Alex Chilton, get involved. Listen to those first two albums. Find some teenagers in front of the 7-Eleven or something and tell them you'll buy them beer if they hang out with you and listen to Big Star out of your Camaro or your dad's Camaro. So that's cool. Look up Yolo Tango's Hanukkah shows and Alex Chilton. Okay, so that was probably at South by Southwest, I'm guessing. And that's pretty cool that they had that. Hey, thanks, Maui Girl. Thanks for that great request. Thanks, Neat. Wow, a lot of people enjoyed that song. Thanks. Shirley's Newt, Ain't No One Gonna Turn Me Around. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's turning out to be a very depressing type show today, and that's okay because we're a little bit in mourning over my late great sidekick. Okay, let's do we got any? Yeah, we've got some more depressing songs here. Let's do this one that was requested to us by Zoritos. Holy crap, awesome, says Henry. If I'm a teenager, should I seek them to buy me beer and play Big Star? Yeah, if you are a teenager, then all the better. GSBX fan says Alex Chilton's album with Tav Falco is excellent, as well as Panther Burns. Wow, that's cool. All right, Zeritos has a song. Let's go ahead and change up the background here. What are the backgrounds that we haven't used yet? We've got a few really nice ones. First, I want to show Melanie's picture, a picture that Melanie sent. Looks like some snowy stuff going on out there. This is really cool. Melanie, what part of the world are you in? Is this the same as Melanie Mila? Shirley's Newt says Chilton is the name of the school that Rory Gilmore went to in Gilmore Girls. Wow, I didn't know that. I'm trying to think if this is the right background for this song. Maybe not quite. This next one is kind of arena rock. A little bit. Capacious T. Cool picture of a creature there. That's nice. Is this down in the... Is this in the southeast? Angry Penguin 922 says that's my house. Wow, very cool. Nice house. Gonzo Cheese says, love you, Henry. Love your YouTube channel. Keep it up. You're fucking... Wow, that's very nice of you. Thank you very much, Gonzo Cheese. Thanks for stopping by the stream here today. I want to see just for fun how many people are with... Wow, we have 300 viewers. That's really a lot. It kind of puts the pressure on me a little bit to make sure we do something cool. So let me just find a cool background and we'll do another song here. Thanks, Capacious T, for sharing that. Here we go. We've got an arena rock type song, and so It's Kate gives us this cool pick. This is like we're live at a club. It's almost like I'm at Blue Strawberry, where I'll be February 22nd in St. Louis's beautiful Central West End, at a club that features a lot of Grammy-winning and Grammy-nominated music acts. We're going to be doing a show right there. And if you want tickets, you go to henrys.kitchen and click on tour dates, or henryphillips.com. Eclipse Producer says, wow, Henry, are you at a rave? Oh, is this... Yeah, I don't know if it's a rave or... It looks like everybody's watching some sort of a show. Let's go ahead and do this tune here. Jack OTPS says, oh no, I just opened Discord and found out roast beef is no more. Yeah. I'm sorry, a lot of people are finding out this way. It's very sad. Roast beef. What I find very sad is when I cut to the roast beef cam. And there's just nothing. I love that guy. I think I miss the mornings the most. Waking up in the morning, giving him his food. He got excited all the way, pretty much almost all the way to the end. And Hammy X Hams, that cam is heartbreaking. Yeah.
Delicious.
Whoa, Saguaro, ooh, thank you so much for cheering 1,000 bits. Wow, that's really nice of you. Thank you, Saguaro, ooh, and I hope everything is well with you in the American Southwest, a beautiful part of the country. And also, we've got some other alerts like Lil Jimmy Jam. Subscribe for 3 months. Thank you very much, Lil Jimmy Jam. Okay. Oh, M. Cariotti says, I will hug Skippy extra tight today. Yeah, please do. Hug your animal friends or your regular friends. Long John Eater says, roast beef had an incredible life filled with love. Yeah, he sure did. And that's the best that we can hope for. Angry Penguin 922 says, Melanie is having technical issues and her accounts keep getting shadow banned. Ooh. Her comments are not showing up. She was trying to say that the pic she sent was in Maryland. Oh, really? I love that. We have a lot of users from Maryland. RSS Bill, thank you very much for subscribing. All right, we're going to do a song that was requested to us by Zoritos. I don't know if this is a roast beef one or not, but... I think this is more between a guy and or a person and their love partner, I assume. But we'll find out if it's appropriate for morning. Butt Smasher Masher says, roast beef is up in pet heaven with my hamster Jamal. Ah. And also big shout out to the cat Mochi, which I believe it was Official Shitter who posted a picture of Mochi, who also died last week. And I'm going to see if I can pull up that picture. Not to be confused with our user Mochi. This is Official Shitter's cat Mochi. And I just want to say, Official Shitter, I know the sadness that you're going through. It's very difficult to lose a pet. And I would have never really thought it was that difficult. What the fuck? The Chicken Wing, or Thicken Wing, just gifted 5 subs. Wow, thank you, Thicken Wing. That's very kind of you. And we're going to be doing a couple more video tributes to roast beef. Fawcan says, R.I.P. Big Jamal. Yeah, absolutely. Official Shitter's here. Yeah, my little baby. It's difficult, isn't it? It's really, really difficult. Zorito says, I submitted it right before I got the news that he passed. Yeah. Okay, so that's sort of a coincidence then. Here, just really quick, we have a Highwayman video, and even though it's not intended to, it sort of reminded me a little bit of those last couple of moments that I had with roast beef when we had to go to the vet that one last time for a peaceful transition, which I wish humans were able to do as well.
Sometimes the conversations get me down. Oh, and sometimes you talk until my head spins round. You paid the price for your sanity. Now, baby, look at you. So much for your honesty. What do I say? It's all been said and done.
I have to interject here. This is not actual footage of me taking roast beef to the vet. This was from the Highwayman, because that seems very dark. This was roast beef and I acting, doing what he does best and what I do sort of mediocrely. But this was roast beef acting in a Highwayman video where he gets taken to his owner, Henry, from Henry's Kitchen. Right?
Much for your honesty. What do I say? It's all been said and done. Here I go again, that drifter on the run. Well, I don't know all the clever lines.
Maybe we'll just cut right to the roast beef part. This is good acting.
Things together. We took down a rogue general who was trying to take over the country with Dr. Wilson's jetpack. And I think by doing that, we saved the world. I'm gonna be leaving now. No offense, but your owner's a nice guy, but he's kind of weird. And his food smells like crap, so take care, buddy.
Okay. That's enough of that. If you want to see more of the Highwayman, you can go to the Highwayman Patreon. You can subscribe for $1, and here's the great thing. You'll never get charged because you only get charged for new ones that come out, and they don't come out. Okay. All right, everybody. Here's, the Highwayman was mean to me, and kind of vice versa. Dark Ages says, roast beef was such a pro, the Robert De Niro of the feline world. He needs a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah, he really does. And we've got more stuff coming up. And also, R.I.P. to Mochi right behind me here, Official Shitter's cat. And it's, I feel your pain. It's a sad thing. Let's find an appropriate picture. Oh yeah, we were going to use this kind of arena rock looking picture, or a club rock. And Zeritos sent us this one before he heard the news of roast beef, so it's not necessarily dedicated to that purpose, but here we go. This is by the band Air Supply. I'm trying to think of what key would be good for this. Maybe I'll just do it open. Oh yeah, we can do this. All right, here we go. The Air Supply are the best singers in history, so it's going to be hard to emulate, but I'll do the best I can. Maybe a little bit suicidio. I'm lying alone with my head on the floor, thinking of you till it hurts. I know you hurt too, but what else can I do? Tormented and torn apart. I wish I could carry your smile in my heart. For times when my life seems so low, I'm doing a little Bob Seger type thing. Would make me believe what tomorrow could bring, when today doesn't really know. Doesn't really know. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I knew you were right, believing for so long. I'm all out of love. What am I without you? I can't be too late to say that I was so wrong. I want you to come back and carry me home, away from these long, lonely nights. I'm reaching for you. Are you feeling it too? Does the feeling seem oh so right? Little Billy Joel type. And what would you say if I called you now, said that I can't hold on? There's no easy way, it gets harder each day. Please love me or I'll be gone. I'll be gone. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I knew you were right, believing for so long. I'm all out of love. What am I without you? I can't be too late to say that I was so wrong. My neighbors are probably going to do a welfare check on me with all these songs here. Ooh, what are you thinking of? 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 I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I knew you were right, believing for so long. I'm all out of love. What am I without you? I can't be too late to say that I was so. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I knew you were right, feeling for so long. I'm all out of love. Am I without you? I can't be too late to say that I was so. I'm all out of love. Okay, we gotta stop that because my voice is starting to hurt. But what a wonderful trip down memory lane. Thank you, Zeritos. Ishmael says you can offer some breakfast cereal sushi to your neighbors when they come check on you. Yeah, I guess I probably could do that. Hopefully that'll work. If you're just joining us, this is what we're going to make in a second here.
Delicious.
Breakfast cereal. Thank you, Zeritos. That's very kind of you to cheer 1,000 bits. Amazing. And Hot Bear 11110 gifted a tier 1 sub to Fawcan. Thank you, Hot Bear 1110. And Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Official Shitter, who also parted ways with their pet. So thank you, Official Shitter and Anonymous, and all so much love. Butt Smasher Masher says, Yabba Dabba Doo Sushi. Yeah, it's Fruity Pebbles is this particular one, but we're not going to use Fruity Pebbles. We're going to use this. Elf on a Shelf. And I think it's time that we start getting started. I don't remember, says Henry, what's your favorite song? I don't remember I guess my favorite song of all time, it might be that one that was in the Highwayman video, Never Trust a Stranger by the Michael Schenker Group. To me, they were doing Axl Rose and Whitesnake and all that stuff way before everybody else was. Never Trust a Stranger by Michael Schenker Group. That's what I'm going to say now. I could be completely saying something different tomorrow. All right, everybody. I think it's time. I don't think there's cooking happening in this one, which is good. Regular Benji says Prelude in E minor by Chopin. All those Chopin pieces are amazing. I like the, what's it called? Fantasia Suite? Or it's that crazy fast one. C sharp minor, I think. Well, the C sharp minor waltz is amazing. Shirley's Newt says, I remember the Popular Girls used to write Air Supply and REO Speedwagon in their white Nike shoes. I thought they were so cool. Wow, Shirley's Newt, it sounds like you're somewhere around my generation, because I remember that too. And Styx was another one. Okay, Bison Sushi is what Meatboss77 says. Wait a second, Air Supply Band official? This is the actual band? Air Supply is joining us on the stream? That's incredible. Thank you, Air Supply, for your great music, and thanks for chiming in on the stream here today. It says Air Supply Band official, so I don't think that you can say that on Twitch unless it really is the official band. Lisi, thank you so much for this awesome pick. Wow. This is incredible winter footage, and then I'm going to finish up with this one from Dark Ages. In addition to Lisi, our other... oh wait, did I not give... I don't know if I showed Michelle C's beautiful picture. This is a great one. Michelle C lives in that middle of the eastern coast as well. This is great. Royal Flush 9 says it's a law or something. What's a law? Uh-oh, I'm missing something. Holy guacamole. Yeah. Sociopathogen. Oh, yeah, it is. Sociopathogen says the nocturnes are so good. Yeah, it's incredible music. Air Supply Band official says, we're going to give our condolences and say roast beef was an amazing kitty. Much love from all of us in the band. Thank you very much, and you guys are the best singers in pop music history, I would say. Maybe next to Paul McCartney and John Lennon. Okay, let's see what other picture... Oh yeah, so I wanted to show a picture from Dark Ages. That's really cool. Dark Ages gave us this one. And there's a caption. It says, this scene gave us so much joy back when we witnessed it. I figured I'd share it with you and the users. I took the photo from the edge of the cliffs at Canyonlands in Utah. That's amazing. This is a great, great picture. I should have used this for Rainbow Connection, but we didn't have this picture yet. All right. Thanks, everybody. Air Supply Band official, McCartney and Lennon have nothing on us. Wow. That's very cocky, but you know what? It's a matter of opinion, and I don't think you're completely wrong there. Thornzay haven't checked in a while. Yeah, we're mourning the passing of the great roast beef, but I don't want to mourn too hard. He lived an incredible life, very long life, and that's the thing about life and death. No matter how hard you try at anything that you do, it still ends in abject horror. And that's sort of brings us to this realization that while we are existing, we need to make the most out of it, because what else are you going to do? Alfred B. Slinging says, I loved roast beef in the emergency vegan onion crackers video. He was so fearless during the earthquake. Yeah, You know, maybe it's time to show some of that. Here we go. Welcome to Henry's Kitchen. I'm gonna do this. Let's see, how are we gonna do this now? I think I have to go to my YouTube history, because these videos aren't public yet, but a lot of people from the Patreon have seen them. Okay, here we go. I'm getting real fast with this stuff. Getting a lot faster than I used to be. Okay. So, wait, everybody chill out for just one moment here. I have to go to variety, capture. Here we go. Let's watch a little bit of this video that I compiled a while back, which is called the Best of Roast Beef. How do I do it? I think I do desktop audio maybe. Here we go.
Help me make it through the night.
Oh, and I have a cat now. His name's Roast Beef. He's still trying to figure out where he is. Sit. He's confused. Okay, Roast Beef, time to eat your fish franks. You ready to eat fish franks? Come on. Southern California recently suffered a 7.1 earthquake. Here's some actual footage taken of our household during that dangerous time. Oh, and my cat, Roast Beef, has been gaining a lot of weight, so I'm trying to get him to do these exercises. Give me 15 box flaps, and you get a treat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, that was only 14, so you don't get a treat. That's,
I'll make a Florentine Benedict. Egg, spam, and spinach on a pumpernickel bagel.
I guess is referring to how I put too much salt in my pupusas. And the only thing I can say about that is sometimes that when you're making dishes just for one, there's a lot of division involved. And that's never really been my strong suit. So, oh, and I have a new sponsor now. It's called the Pet Safe Mega Kitty Auto Feeder, and it's pretty cool because what it does is when Roast Beef's bowl runs out of food, it rotates and then it gives him another one, so I don't have to worry about feeding him. It's okay. Just wait a couple more seconds and you're gonna have more food. I think it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. He's actually had kind of a fast heartbeat lately.
Help me make it out of bed.
Sorry, everybody. Oh my God. I am so embarrassed. I saw Quanto's message that says, my condolences. Thank you, Quanto. And happy birthday to Quanto. Apparently it's Quanto's birthday. I was seeing that in the comments. And also Reverbison. Yeah, and so I turned off Reverbison, but I forgot to turn on the regular one. Oh my God. I knew I was going to do that. That's why I don't like to do anything. Okay, let's go ahead and show another best of roast beef video here. How are we going to do this now? What the fuck? Hold on, everybody. Hold your horses. Let's find out what the hell's going on here. We just got an alert. The Chunks just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, The Chunks. Good to see you on here, and that's very generous of you to gift those 5 subs. And Bow Square. Bow Square, thank you very much for your subscription. And Zeritos64, thanks again. And Game Master Flash, our buddy Game Master Flash, gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, Game Master Flash. Hope you're doing well. Oh, happy birthday to Lacey T as well. Okay, well, we're going to have to do some birthday songs. That's going to happen for sure because we've got some users with birthdays. And but let's go ahead and watch this now. This is the next installment of the Best of Roast Beef. Beelzebub. Thank you so much, Beelzebub, for gifting 5 Tier 1 subs. That's absolutely incredible. Thanks, Gonzo Cheese. That's very nice of you. And Long John Eater, this is presumably somebody who eats Long Johns, has said, it was my birthday on Friday, big birthday week. Okay, well, let's do Long John Eater too. Okay. In fact, let's go ahead and do a birthday song right now. Now, I haven't had time to prepare this because I've been in morning and afternoon and evening. Sorry, that was a lame joke. I'm going to turn the reverbus back off. On. Check. Whoa, this thing's way out of tune, but you know, we can't deal with that right now. It's nobody's birthday. No need for candles on the cake. It's nobody's birthday. It was just some big mistake. It's nobody's birthday. I'm only thinking of one thing. And I know it might sound kind of cheesy, but it's nobody's birthday but Lazy T. It's nobody's birthday, no tail on the donkey today. There's no point in celebrating being alive when your dreams get whisked away. It's nobody's birthday, there's no cake, so put away that egg beater. 'Cause it's nobody's birthday but Long John Eater. It's nobody's birthday. It's nobody's birthday, so put away all those party favors pronto. 'Cause it's nobody's birthday but Quanto. Happy birthday to all of you, and without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this next installment of the roast beef, Best of Roast Beef, in honor of the great roast beef. Let's see here. Sorry, always a little bit of a lag with this. Okay, here we go. The best of roast beef. I'm going to turn off the... Check. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Long John Eater.
Unfortunately, I've had to cancel roast beef. I got a lot of comments on YouTube that he was only added to the show as a cheap way to get more views, and I just don't want to look like a sellout, so sorry, roast beef, you're canceled. Yeah, no, it's not going to do any good to do that cute box flap thing anymore. It's kind of too little too late. Besides, it's kind of played out anyway. You're just canceled. I don't know what else to tell you.
Help me make it through the night.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm getting some people saying they have an ad, that they're getting shown an ad and they want to watch. So maybe I'll just give it a second here. Ads are running, says Quanto. Okay. And so we're gonna just kill time for another second here. I don't want people to miss more roast beef tribute stuff. Dendroleon says, yeah, replay the box flaps. So a lot of people saw ads. You can watch it on the DVD. I am ex Angelina. Can you wish my mom a happy late birthday? Yeah. She also watches the stream. Her name is Melanie, in case you'd like to say happy birthday, Melanie, a.k.a. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Melanie, or as you're known here in Henry's Kitchen, Angelina's mother. I hope you're having a wonderful birthday, and thanks for joining us. Perms says, I don't have a DVD player. Can someone transfer it to Betamax for me? You got to update some of your equipment. I also want to say, Emma asks, did you ever celebrate roast beef's birthday? There was no knowledge of when roast beef's birthday was because he was a rescue. So you're right. That is kind of sad. Everybody should have a birthday, even if you're a rescue. I don't know that there ever was any celebration of that. J. Debs, cats don't have birthdays. Oh, I didn't realize that. Maybe I'm in the clear. Okay, how are we doing? Is everybody not seeing an ad anymore? Okay, I think it's time to go ahead and show the video now. This is the best of roast beef part 2. I'm good, no ad. Okay, good.
Unfortunately, I've had to cancel roast beef. I got a lot of comments on YouTube that he was only added to the show as a cheap way to get more views, and I just don't want to look like a sellout, so sorry, roast beef, you're canceled. Yeah, no, it's not going to do any good to do that cute box flap thing anymore. It's kind of too little too late. Besides, it's kind of played out anyway. You're just canceled. I don't know what else to tell you.
Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself anymore.
So I've been teaching roast beef some pretty good tricks. Check this out. Roast beef, take 2 steps and then stop. Okay, good. Now actually walk over and rub against the wall and then turn around. Okay, now shake your head. Now do the same thing backwards. Good. Okay, now stop. Now walk backwards 2 steps. Go. Now stop. Okay, now walk backwards and then wipe your head on the stool. Okay. Even roast beef is dressed up for the big event. He's wanting to get him some of that sweet mush roll. And I'm a little worried about roast beef. I gave him some catnip earlier and apparently it makes him feel kind of weird. Hey, roast beef, are you okay? Are you okay?
Roast beef. Are you okay? Roast beef? Is everything okay?
Let
me know if you can see. It's very subtle. But in one of the shots in the background, you can see something kind of supernatural looking. Whoa. I saw it. I had an obstacle course installed, so now before I feed him, I make sure he runs down it.
One day she's got a boyfriend, the next day she's engaged, and then she says she's married. Girl, why are you playing these mind games?
That's when he was getting fit.
Games.
He's lost 5 pounds. Yeah, I think, was it Mimsy Coon who said all of roast beef was the best of roast beef? I think you're absolutely right. He was quite a talented young man. Regular Benji says this song, yeah. Don't forget that the album, the next installment of the Jose Suicidio album is coming out. It's probably another month away. All of the songs are there. Yeah, Emma wants Mind Games on Spotify. Yeah, I'm still tweaking the mix, and I recently did a session with a great backup singer for one of the songs. It's going to be really fun. I'm trying to put everything I got into this thing. And there's not going to be any AI throughout the whole thing. I'm not saying that it's bad if somebody wants to use AI, but... Sorry, everybody. That was much more violent than I thought it was going to be. I just think that I always have fun doing it the old-fashioned way, so I don't necessarily want to use AI for this. But it is kind of weird knowing that I could all of a sudden just ask AI to do something and it would probably give me a better album with $1 million production value. But there's two things. One, that I wouldn't be able to collaborate with some of the old friends and musicians that I know. And two, it's I can't help but think that there's going to be a qualitative difference because it's coming from real musicians. So there you go. Yeah, you're right, Zoritos. And I think that AI is not there yet. I mean, if AI could write a song like Cats in the Cradle, I'd be very surprised. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's see, where are we at now? Let's see if we've got some alerts. I think it's time to start cooking. Long John Eater, thanks again for subscribing, and Beelzeby, thanks for all that gift subbing. And Sociopathogen, AI sounds like dog shit, like an MP3 from 2004 that was left out in the sun. Yeah, I'm glad everybody's on the same page with that. Jose Suicidio is very against AI. Regular Benji, what is the name of the Mind Games song? It's called Mind Games, but I will say that there are a lot of other songs called Mind Games too. So that's going to be a little complicated, but we'll get it all straightened out. Okay, everybody, it's time. Let's see what the fuck we're doing here. We're going to be making this. Fruity Pebbles sushi. Now, we're not using Fruity Pebbles. We're using this Elf on a Shelf cereal that I got back during the holidays. So, let's see here. Let's go to our recipe. This is delish.com. That gives us the Fruity Pebbles sushi. And very sparse on the ingredients. And I want to thank Duza. I'm just about positive that it was Duza who gave us the marshmallow flarf or whatever. It's a big thing in the New England region of the United States. So we're going to start making this here. Let's go right to the directions. Step 1. Let's see if there's one of those intros. They don't even have an intro. You got to love that. Just goes right into it. Step 1, line a baking sheet. Wait, I have to cook this? No, you don't have to cook. Wait, what? In a pot over low heat, melt the butter. Oh no. Okay, so we have some stuff to do here. Let's, I'm going to preheat the oven to low heat. Computer, what is an example of low heat for an oven?
From StackExchange.com. Most ovens I've seen go down to 200, 225F or even below, and with all that water they're keeping the temperature down, and the pan covered keeping the exposed parts protected. I don't think you have anything to worry about at the lowest known temperature.
Sweet. I like that we don't have anything to... And this was a gift that someone gave me, someone who knows I'm into cooking. It's a sushi kit. So we're going to use this. It's got this thing. I don't even know what all this stuff is. And it's got this. So we're going to use that maybe to pat stuff down. It's got a manual here, but I'm not going to read. This is... Look at this. Several pages. But we're going to use that sushi kit for today. And let's just check in on the ingredients here. Windhuffer says those are blinds to keep the glare out of your eyes while cooking sushi. I haven't looked at the manual yet, so I'm not sure. Computer, do marshmallows go bad?
Marshmallows usually can last at room temperature for up to 1 year, and in the freezer for 3 to 4 months. Once opened, marshmallows usually last for up to 1 month at room temperature.
Best if used by February 15th, 2025. What about this one? Gluten-free vegan. Does this not have... This is April 2025, so this is better, I guess. We're not looking great in terms of the marshmallows. Computer, what's the worst thing that happens if you eat old marshmallows?
From medicalnewstoday.com. A person may accidentally ingest maggots if they eat spoiled food infested with fly eggs and larvae. Accidentally eating maggots can sometimes lead to health complications, such as bacterial poisoning.
Okay, we're going to go a different direction. I'll put this back for now. I think we're going to use the marshmallow flarf for all of it. I think we could probably do that, right? Add marshmallows and stir until melty. Turn off the heat. Let's turn off the oven. Honestly, I think that there's really no reason that we can't just do marshmallow flarf for all of it. Okay, so we're going to press this mixture onto a prepared pan and pat into a single, even, thin rectile. What the fuck is going on here? This is so complicated. Oh, rectangle. Okay. All right. Every now and then, you'll get overwhelmed in the kitchen about how much more difficult something looks. I thought this was going to be a layup, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be really a piece of cake. But it's not. It's apparently a pain in the ass, just like everything else. So... here we go. It says, line a baking sheet with wax paper. This is parchment paper. Computer, can I replace my wax paper with parchment paper?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
What the fuck is happening here? Oh. Parasitosis says no. Okay, well I have wax paper, so I guess I'll use wax paper. But I sure didn't know it made that much of a difference. I'm going to save that because I don't like to waste. Okay, line a baking sheet with wax paper, grease with cooking spray. that's the first one that we're going to skip. I'm so confused. Press this mixture out onto a prepared pan and pat into a thin reptile. Spread fluff in single thin layer over cereal. Slice cereal sushi. Okay, is there a video of this that we could look at? I don't think so. Okay, sorry everybody. We're gonna do. Here, I've got it. Let's get a work bowl. We're gonna improvise. We're gonna go a little rogue here. I'm just gonna take some of this marshmallow fluff, and we're just gonna spoon some out into a bowl. Oh boy, this stuff is gooey. My God. My God. Oh my God. This is not easy. Okay, and then we're going to take our cereal here, completely unopened. And I guess the idea now is that we're going to stir this up. This turned out to be a very, very difficult thing, I guess. Let's put some more cereal in here. Impossible. Absolutely impossible to work with this stuff. But we're going to make it happen. I don't know how the folks in New England do it. This stuff seems very difficult to work with. Friendly Friend says stir whip, stir whip. Yeah. Butt Smasher Masher says maybe wet your hands first. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that right now. Or you know what? One thing I learned is that you can have a little bowl of water to the side with some warm water in it. Sorry, everybody. I didn't know this was going to be so difficult. Working with Marshmallow Sharp or whatever is probably one of the more difficult things that I've had to do in the kitchen. Butter on the hands. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Let's just, here, go like this. Very difficult. If you're just joining us, we're going to be making this in a little bit. It's some type of sushi. I don't know how they get it looking like that, to be honest with you. Let's see what our next instruction is here. Now I'm getting Marshmallow harsh all over my mouse. We're going to press this onto prepared pan, pat into an even rectangle, spread the fluff onto a single layer over the cereal. Let's take a look at that picture again. I think I'm starting to see what's going on here. Doesn't it look like they have seaweed on there? But they don't. A little confused. Slice. Slice cereal sushi in half, crosswise, then roll up the halves. Okay. All right. I think we're going to roll this out. And it's going to be impossible to clean. I'll pat this down. I'm using my hands. We could also use that new fancy spoon that we've got. But I'll just use the hands. This is supposed to be Fruity Pebbles, so that might explain why this is kind of a pain in the ass. We're not using the appropriate equipment and ingredients that we supposedly use for this. Maybe I'll even crush these a little bit now. Okay. Now we're going to get some more of the fluff here. Put it over it. My God. And then I guess we're supposed to just sort of roll this up like a sushi situation. That part doesn't seem quite so difficult. This might be the hardest thing we've ever tried to do. I guess it's supposed to be sort of in log form, you know, kind of like a sushi. Probably should have used a cereal that's got a little bit more, that's smaller bits. But I take it back. This is actually working out sort of well all of a sudden now that I've kind of figured out how it works. We're going to have to get a serving plate ready. Let's use our new sushi tool here. Compress it. I know that you guys have questions. We're going to get to all your questions. But right now, we just want to get through this. Okay. Now we're going to have to get a knife to cut this with. And a serving plate. Here's a nice serving plate. It doesn't really look like a roll. Kind of. I think in terms of presentation, this might have been a little bit of a fail. But you know what? We're going to try this with a little coffee. And it might actually end up as something that we could really enjoy as a sweet treat for your afternoon. And this last bit should fit perfectly into the middle. We have enough for one more roll here. Okay. Can you hear me okay? Oingo Boingo 666 says, looks Christmassy. Well, yeah, because we're using this Elf on a Shelf cereal. Oh no, there's freaking little bits falling all over the place now. All right, I'm going to put our Fluff Shallow Marsh stuff away. But I want to thank Duza for sending us that from New England. Sergeant Orcus says, so you're using your own creativity on the presentation. Yeah, that's probably the good way to look at it. If you had cornstarch, that's what IMX Angelina says, it'll turn into slime. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay. Boy, oh boy, this one was a mess, for sure. Just cleaning stuff up here. Alright, let's just sort of see what we've got to work with here. I think in terms of presentation, we might have come up a little short in terms of making it look like a sushi roll, which I think was one of the main points of this one. That's really a bummer about this, the marshmallow stuff. I wonder if that's where we went wrong. Computer, is marshmallow fluff just marshmallows melted?
From thetakeout.com. Melt mini marshmallows with a double boiler on the stovetop or by melting your marshmallows in the microwave. Then add corn syrup, mix them well, and transfer your fluff to a container while it's still warm.
Computer, that wasn't helpful even a little bit.
I'd like to know what went wrong. If you want to give me more details, just say, I have feedback.
I have feedback. I said, I have feedback. Well, the coffee's good. Let's go ahead and see what we've got to work with here. This is our sushi. It's sort of a take on sushi. It's the sushi shape, but it's actually kids' breakfast cereal that we used a Christmas variation, so that's why it looks Christmassy. If you want to see what the one in the picture looks like, theirs came out looking more like sushi. But remember, a lot of these pictures are AI, and I can't compete with that here all by myself here at Henry's Kitchen. And I didn't use Fruity Pebbles. I used Elf on a Shelf. But I think their cereal was smaller, and that's probably the biggest part of what went wrong. But it's okay. I'm not going to dwell on what went wrong here. What I'm going to do... Meatball says, can computer make the feedback sound? I don't know. Computer, can you make the feedback sound?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
It can't. I can. Computer, I have feedback.
Sure, tell me what's on your mind.
No sense of humor from computer. Ekunks says, yeah, but you didn't gross it up with seaweed like they did in the picture. Yeah, it really does look like there's seaweed in the picture. Okay. I am Ex Angelina says, when you made the feedback sound, my cat came running towards me. Ah, that's adorable. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, let's go ahead and have a nice sip of coffee, and then let's take a nice bite of our sushi. Quote sushi. Boy, oh boy. That's a pretty good roll there. It's getting all over the place, though. You know what? It's actually not bad. I'm going to give myself an F on presentation, but I'm going to say it's pretty delicious with coffee. So let's go ahead and put this right in the middle. Let's give this 3 stars. Parasitosis says, who knew a sugar cereal and a sugar syrup would be good? Yeah, I didn't see this coming. But I do have to say, it tastes good. It tastes delicious, I would say. But it doesn't look even a little bit like sushi. So we got right in the middle. JSBX fan says, I got points. Okay, good. Well, I'm going to have another... sushi. You know what? Let's go ahead and do the real test. I don't know why I didn't do this to begin with. Oh. Let's go ahead and use some chopsticks here for our sushi. Sergeant Orcus says, you didn't use the sushi wood, Henry. That's why it doesn't look like sushi. You're right. I not only forgot to use this, but also when I took this out, I was like, if that marshmallow flarf ruined my sushi wood thing, I think I'd be really bummed out. So I might save that. Hot dog is a verb. Says, sometimes when I take a drink of what I think is water and it's Sprite, it tastes really weird because I don't expect it. Do you think that might be a problem with this dish since you expect it to taste like sushi, but it doesn't? I wasn't really expecting it to taste like sushi, but you're right. That could have played a trick on my mind. Fridge Draw says it oishi, as the Japanese say. Is it oishi? Oishi desune. Oishi desune. I don't know how you stress it, but I think that means that was delicious. Butt Smasher Masher says, maybe if you make it again, you can try to make it hold its shape better. Yeah. Oh, try freezing it. Oh. You know what? It does say refrigerate until firm. 1 hour. Damn. I should have probably done that. But, you know, as a snack with coffee, this is really, you could do a lot worse than this. But you got to use the chopsticks for that sushi kind of experience. Sergeant Orcas says, missed a couple of steps. Yeah, you know what? I fucked this one up. And I think it's because I have a lot on my mind. If you're just joining us, we're doing a little mourning today because my cat, Roast Beef, is passed on. And I think we paid a pretty good tribute to him. We did some songs. We showed some videos. I'm going to upload a best of Roast Beef onto the YouTube channel on Tuesday morning, and that's going to make it sort of public, because those other videos are not public, except here on this platform. Thank you very much, you guys. The Time Lord says, don't be so hard on yourself, Chef. Sunday mornings are meant to be disappointing. Wow, that's really cool. That's a good way to look at it. Thank you for that positivity. Desolate Reality says, Henry, do you think the users' names tell something about them? For example, I think that Butt Smasher Masher's name is rooted in them loving Lord of the Rings. They take the potatoes and mash them, stick them in a stew. Also, they like butts, I guess. Yeah, I always try to analyze some of these names. Official shitter, we know what that is. It's just someone who's the official person who shits. Long John Eater says it was, and that's an obvious one too, it was a beautiful tribute. It made me cry like a baby. Yeah, boy, you should have seen me a couple of days ago. I'm not going to try to hide it. I was a blubbery mess when the whole thing went down. And I think that's normal. We grieve. The best thing that we can hope in this life is that we lived long and lived well. More so, lived well. Thanks to Jim Dodger. Well, we're going to go ahead and do our thank you song here. There was one song that we didn't get to, and it was requested to us by Melanie. So why don't we use that song as our melody, if I can remember it. It's the song "I Can't Tell You Why" by the Eagles. Actually, it's just called Eagles. It's a misnomer. They're always called Eagles, not the Eagles. Let's do it sort of in a suicidal. Baby, up all night. Look at us, baby, up all night, tearing our love apart. No, I won't be able to use this because I don't have the chords memorized. Look at us, baby, up all night, tearing our love apart. Aren't we? Okay. Every time. Okay, I think we can do this. Let's put the reverb on because that's going to hide the mistakes. Check 1, 2. This is a song that goes out to the users, the moderators, the folks that run the Discord, the technical advisors, the Tier 3 subscribers, the big name streamers who've done collaborations with us and such. Yeah, Angry Penguin says sometimes it's, depending on the sentence, it's really hard not to say the Eagles, and I hate that. Yeah, they should have just called themselves the Eagles. It's like the Beatles, you know? Everybody says it anyway. Like, apparently Hall & Oates is not Hall & Oates. It's Daryl Hall and John Oates. And you look at all their old albums and you go, oh my God, I've been lied to my whole life. All right, here we go. Fucking. This is going to be a little rough, but we're going to do it the best we can here. Fucking dingle bop, down beef, hop air, 1110, do dingle dog, goggle. Dr. Flanges and Bakus, Shane, yes, Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana, it's Kate Kairosa, Bumble Vision and the LGX, Chef Reactions, Husky Boy, Bill Larkin Music, The Toilet, Nimble, Moon, Hamaroo, Orca Mind, S. Van Bond, 2, Dazzle Cap, Blurry Little Quest, Boris and Ben. Okay, that was a fun song. Thank you, Melanie, but I'm going to go to a different song to finish out the stream here. We're going to go to our old standby, King of the Road, because I want to leave on a happy note. Boars and vanilla, parasitosis, don't forget Quanto. Beanie Bobini is our intern. These nuts, Game Master Flash. Mimsy Coon, the cat food taste tester, and the Chironix, Mochi's Nirvana, Red Hot Hibachi, Ransom GR, Vassity Tiz, and Michelle Heffy. Cat's Odd Bane and Toke My Nuts. Saguaro Ooh Burrito 55555. Dinosaur JV's Tex Sickly Boy. Beelzebub Hen Lips 1 and Caitlin's Kitchen. Embry 225 York Chasm and Nico Taser. Michael Bublé 4422 Potato Cat Breeder and Passion Error Min Ocean 64. Midnight Faded JSBX Fan. Acid Test Pool Boy 789 ECT Pete Purple Donut Filling His Fruit. Tankard and Borsonvin. Zodiac Tone, Gary Busey, ASMR, Lurk Bowl, Shandis Nova, Glarian, Mr. Gooseberry VT, and don't forget Quanto. And the last thing I want to say is I really appreciate all the support everyone has given from this community. Roast beef was very entertaining, and it looks like he entertained a lot of you and touched a lot of your hearts, and I would say that would constitute a life well lived. You could do a lot worse than that, and I always felt like when I put the camera on him, he knew that he was about to make a lot of people smile, and pretty cool the way we remembered him today. And if you're out there and you're dealing with a pet issue, one thing I would like to say, it was very difficult to muster up the to get the courage to go through the euthanasia process, but I will say that that is the best way to do it, because you don't want any of your loved animals to suffer. And I wish we could do it easier with human beings. Thanks, it's Kate. And I do want to say I don't want to use this whole stream to capitalize on my career or anything, but I just want to say that if you really want to show roast beef that you cared, come to the Blue Strawberry February 22nd in St. Louis's beautiful Central West End, and we're all going to grieve together. I'm just being a little silly, I'm joking. Emmy Bear says it's definitely the hardest call to make as a pet owner, but I know roast beef went peacefully. Yeah, it really is difficult, but after you've done it, you just sort of have this clarity and say, oh wow, that's the way you're supposed to do it. It makes a lot of sense. Dark and Stormy Nights, thank you so much. That's very kind of you to gift 5 tier 1 subs. That's amazing. Thank you, Dark and Stormy Nights. And thanks, Desolate Reality, for your 5-month subscription, and Long John Eater, and everybody. Thank you so much. Let me do the last chord for those who have been hanging on that dominant chord this whole time, waiting for the resolution. Don't forget Quanto. All right, let me put the guitar down. Thank you so much, everybody. And Royal Flush 9 says, it makes me happy seeing Henry's perspective in all of this. Well, that's great. Thank you for that. That's a nice thing to say. And Gonzo Cheese says, music theorist, cat lover, chef extraordinaire. Yep. On that note, I'm gonna have one more bite of my delicious but not sushi looking breakfast cereal sushi here, but with a cup of coffee. This stuff is really not so bad. Oh, really big bite. Computer, is it possible to choke on marshmallow fluff?
From medlineplus.gov. Choking may be caused by eating too fast, not chewing food well, or eating with dentures that do not fit well. Foods such as food chunks, hot dogs, popcorn, peanut butter, sticky or gooey food, marshmallows, gummy bears, dough.
Yeah, I can't think of a lot of worse ways to die than choking on marshmallow fluff, because it means that you were trying to make something like this. JSBX fan says, I might need to make this to myself for dinner. Yeah, this could be an interesting dinner. Deadly spiders. I choke on my own saliva from time to time. Yeah, I've done that too. All right, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. R.I.P. the great and late roast beef, the best sidekick I will ever know. And It's Kate X says, message from Gen X VCR. See you in St. Louis. I found some footage I shot of you and Will Ryan at KPFK that I need to edit together. Love from Jimmy and Britta. Hey, that's great. You guys are living in St. Louis? I remember Jimmy and Britta. KPFK Studios. That was wonderful. I really hope to see you guys. That's really great news. Hey, St. Louis has this beautiful area called the Central West End, and I'm playing at the Blue Strawberry. And then a week later in Chicago at Zany's Comedy Club. So if you want tickets, you can go to henryphillips.com and go to the tour section, and they've got a link there. So thank you, everybody. And RIP roast beef, and thank you everybody for all your kind thoughts, and I hope to see you Wednesday at 11 a.m. where we're going to be making some more shit. And everybody have a great rest of your Sunday, rest of your weekend, and have a good start to your week, and I'll see you Wednesday, and thanks again.